Cory Romonosky, and I'm from Cumming, Georgia. I attend Ripp classes at the local YMCA with my instructor and videographer, Jerry Simon.
He's balancing on a stability ball while he's talking.
Many of you probably remember Jerry Sue from last year. She was actually a finalist in the Ripp Fit competition.
So, Cory, what was your physical state and fitness level before you started Ripp class?
Well, like a lot of guys my age, mid-30s, I was kind of getting the bulge through here, and I was kind of worried about that because, you know, when you hit 40, your metabolism begins to kind of fall off. So knowing that that was on my horizon, I decided I needed to take action.
Awesome. So how long have you been trying to achieve your fitness goal, would you say?
I started a couple of years ago, and for a year I kind of did my own thing. You know, I hit the gym, I did cardio on the elliptical, tried a couple of products that you see advertised on cable TV and on the internet, but I really didn't get too far with that. I kind of stopped getting worse, but I wasn't really getting any better.
So what made you give Ripp a try anyway?
Well, somebody that I was close to actually kind of drugged me kicking and screaming to a class.
Kicking and screaming?
My opinion was typical of most guys, you know, Group X is for women or not really for men. So I was kind of skeptical going in, but 20 minutes into my first class, right about the point where I was going to pass out or throw up, I figured that, you know, this is definitely something that I should stay with.
So how often did you do Ripp? Like how many times a week, would you say?
I do it 3 times a week now, occasionally 4, but try to never hit it less than 2. For me, there's like a world of difference between going 2 times and going 3 times a week. I mean, you can definitely see a change with 3 times.
Awesome. So why did Ripp succeed where other attempts had failed?
The main thing is because in a group setting, you really can't slack off. And when you go to the gym, it's kind of like you're there, you give yourself breaks, and you don't work as hard. I really like the music and choreography. I obsess over having the right playlist whenever I'm doing my own workout. Here I've actually got a professional who's already done all that for me, makes it a lot easier. And I burn, we just finished Ripp, and my typical burn for a class is 1150 to 1300.
Awesome.
So it's hard to really better that in less time and still have fun.
So what would you say to a friend who's in the same place where you were before Ripp?
Well, you know, I get this a lot because people have noticed that, you know, I've started to change. So typically what I tell them is, you got to try this class. The class has a lot of R&D that goes into it. You know, it's really worked well for me. Not only are you working out, but if you follow the program, you're also changing your diet and kind of your lifestyle as well.
So how easy was the diet portion, speaking of the D in Ripp, for you?
The diet was probably the toughest part. In fact, honestly, I didn't implement it until the challenge, but I lost 2 inches in 2 months right here, which was one of my initial goals to kind of, you know, shrink this down. So the diet made a huge difference.
That's awesome. So finally, so your results, you mentioned 2 inches lost, weight loss. What about your energy, health improvements?
Well, I've got a ton more energy than I used to have. I've got better flexibility, better balance. Not only that, but I've also got better confidence. You know, doing all this, improving my appearance. I mean, I've lost about 20 pounds overall, but I'd say I've probably lost about 40 pounds of fat, put on about 20 pounds of muscle. My body composition is totally different. And that self-confidence, you know, you've got it in the gym, but it carries through to your personal life, your professional life. So it's made a really big impact for me.
That's right. So finally, Cory, you look awesome, by the way, and you worked really hard, and we love Ripp here in Atlanta, don't we?
Absolutely. Thank you for the purveyors of Ripp. I really appreciate the program. It's definitely worked for me, and I'm definitely an ambassador for you guys.